Welcome to week 4, everybody. You guys are doing a great job. I've so appreciated reading the assignments, your submissions, your thoughtful interactions with each other. Way to hang in there in an online course. Not always easy to do, but I really appreciate your level of engagement. Remember to keep up with the reading too, because that reading becomes so helpful when you write your final integrative paper, as well as giving a depth of understanding to each of the modules, each of the spiritual practices that we're dealing with week in and week out. So just make sure you keep up with that. Try not to get behind. Try to glean the best of those things and take good notes in your journal about what you're reading. Let's jump into week 4. And I'll tell you a little bit of what's going on here as we look at Canvas together. Week 4 is a bit unique because hopefully the dust is settled. Like I said, in week 3, you're getting a feeling of the rhythm of the course, especially for those of you that are either new to Fuller or this is your first course. But week 4 introduces a couple new things that we'll look at here, and hopefully they'll make sense to you. As always, start with the readings and make sure that you understand where to get those, whether it's your hard copy book or ebook, whether it's an e-reserve reading or whether from Fuller's digital library. Reserve those 3 different places, so that's important. Let's hop in. I'm just going to go kind of section by section here, starting with the lectures and resources section. So you've got a video on simplicity, our topic simplicity. And if I could review the many times I've taught this course, this is one of those modules that many students just kind of take a deep breath and are so thankful for being able to clean out, get rid of, simplify, focus, to realize the burden that many of the things around us, everything from the clutter on our desks to the clutter in our closets to the clutter in our minds, have to do with getting in the way of thinking clearly. And that gets in the way of understanding our vocation or our calling or even making wise decisions. So that's why this is a practice that was chosen for vocational formation. Hopefully that'll make sense to you. Work your way through the lecture video. I hope you'll enjoy it. Included some other resources as well. Some videos on simplicity by Richard Foster and Dallas Willard that you can watch here. Excuse me, I just ate some nuts before making this video, and these nuts are like made my throat real dry. So check those out. I think you'll find those a helpful additional resource by these 2 individuals who have thought deeply about the topic of simplicity. Many of you might have seen the documentary on minimalism. If you haven't, just watch this deal here, and that's something you can watch on your own. Again, it's not required, but I'd suggest if you get a chance to watch that this week, that you'd actually watch the live version on Netflix, I think it is, as it's available, if you're able to do it. So a bit of an optional assignment, but one that many students have commented on as something that was really helpful for them. So I hope you enjoy some of those lecture resources there. The main assignment for the week is a simplicity audit. Read the instructions really carefully. You're just doing an audit in your own life on what some simplicity changes could be for you. And you're going to get a chance to share that in either 250 words or less, or uploading a 2 to 3 minute video, which for some of you, I hope if you enjoy making the videos, they can go much quicker in terms of sharing your thoughts. For others, you might be more toward the written side. That's why we're giving you both options, okay? So read those instructions carefully. If you have any questions, post those on the course questions forum, and we'd be happy to interact with you about some of the details of those assignments. But I think you'll enjoy it, and be creative with it. If you've got some space and time to be creative, we included some samples of simplicity audits for you to be able to look at here. So spend a couple minutes looking at some of these from previous students that I thought you might helpful or enjoy. Again, don't let it intimidate you, because we've had some very creative students in the past, but just have fun with it. Then there's a second assignment, which really is just a small assignment, not meant to take much time. Don't spend much time on it. As long as you do it, you get credit for it. But I just wanted you to get the sense that advertising is impacting us all over the place, and primarily through a digital means, right? The internet and such. So read the instructions to this one. You'll all be posting to the same wiki page. So please read the instructions carefully, or you literally can destroy each other's assignments and delete them. So be careful that you don't do that. And you'll be posting those on the same page. So read those instructions carefully. And once again, like I said, have fun with it so that you're able to engage it and just grasp the concept. That's really all I want you to do, okay? It's a minor assignment in that sense. From there, here's the assignment post page. The next page is the place where you'll actually post the assignment. And sorry about that. Let me get to where the next thing is. I didn't delete the assignments yet, but those will be deleted by the time you get there and see them from previous classes. And then this is what's new in week 4, and for weeks 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. For the next 6 weeks, you're going to be doing Lectio Divina. Many of you, maybe even most of you, have practiced Lectio Divina, probably with Scripture. And so what we're going to be doing is taking week by week, and you can see week 4, that you'll spend 5 days. The schedule says Monday through Friday, but as long as you spend 5 days, it doesn't matter whether you include Saturday or Sunday in those days as well, where you'll be doing Lectio Divina on some passages from Scripture, as well as some passages from our main text, Callings by Platcher. And what it is it's a way to let you dive into this thick textbook and not just look at it in an academic way, but in a very practical way. So I'd suggest starting with some of the shorter chapters that are in there, and you get to choose which ones. Note the section that we're pointing you to. This week, for example, it's from the Vocations in the Early Church section. And we're going to do a Lectio Divina style reflective observation of that chapter. So in the same way you would do Lectio Divina, which is known as divine reading of Scripture, you can do that with a book as well. And we're asking you to do that same kind of slow, reflective, even devotional reading with Platcher in this book. So that might be a bit confusing for some of you, and it's especially harder on longer chapters. If you want to do a longer chapter and you have the space, by all means do it. But that's why I suggest maybe choosing some smaller chapters, being able to do there. I've also got some instructions listed here on Lectio Divina if you're new to it or haven't done it before. And while there's a minimum 15 to 20 minutes a day minimum, you can spend more time on it if it's helpful to you and you have that time and space. And sometimes the chapters, if they are longer, might necessitate that. The Scripture readings, not so much. So we'll be doing this Lectio Divina style observation on calling and vocation for the next 6 weeks together. So that's one of the big changes that comes in here in week 4. And then you're going to do just a little self-assessment on yourself. It's set up as a quiz, but you'll basically just do a self-assessment to let us know that you did that assignment, okay? And hopefully that will be self-explanatory for you. Once again, if you got any questions, just let us know. And then finally, you're going to be signing up for your one-on-one session with your group leader. So in this section, you'll have the ability to sign up with them and they'll be connecting with you. And hopefully on this page, you'll have some ability to sign up as well as places. Again, what you see on my screen is from last quarter when I taught this class. So when you get to it, it should have some of the sign up options for you to sign up with your group. If you're confused about that, just contact your vocation formation group leader. Okay, I think that pretty much does it for week 4. Again, enjoy this week of simplicity. Kind of take a deep breath and settle into it. Hopefully between last week's assignment on listening and the time you spend in solitude and this week on simplicity, you're beginning to get a sense that a lot of what we do here in these practices create space so that we're able to understand our vocation better. Blessings on your week.